Hello everyone, I'm Chester44, also known as Phalai, and welcome to this Let's Play of Queen's Wish 2, The Tormentor. Last episode, we went and dealt with the whole thing that was going on in the lighthouse. Although the people there didn't really seem to be doing very much. I mean, yeah, they were raiding, but they were terrified. Curious. Anyway, let us go speak over here to Miranda. Spiretop Lighthouse has been retaken. You relate the tale of your victory to General Miranda. She listens with fascination, especially when you describe your encounter with the Shade. Very interesting. Not what any of us expected, I think. What do you think about what the Shade said? As a general of Haven, I am now supposed to analyze such valuable intelligence. I will give it a lot of thought. It is definitely significant. However, the person who really needs to hear about this is Prince Sutter. Happily, you will be able to see him soon. It was manageable. General Miranda nods and smiles. Your calm resolve is an example for us all. Now that things have calmed down for a moment, I can give you very valuable aid. It is time to start rebuilding this fort, and I can tell you how. How do I direct the rebuilding of this fort? So many of the buildings here have crumbled from neglect or will torn down for materials. It's truly shameful. Also, a big surprise. The chiefs here were not forthcoming about their actions and they left a ruin. We need to make space to build shops. Each plot that can be rebuilt has a stone marker next to it. This will normally cost money, but I have resources available for 2 plots. Go outside and select a marker. I will have our laborers get to work. You will need workshops to equip your character. To place them, you'll need to make stalls or buildings. Use 2 stone markers and choose to rebuild 2 buildings or stalls. Normally, rebuilding costs 25 coins, but the first 2 are free. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm pretty sure these 3 are going to be the mill, distillery, and bakery. So we'll go down over to here. We'll build these 2. You can create a stall, which is outdoors, or a building you can enter. Make a stall. Oh, that'll make things a lot easier. Alright, we have a couple of stalls. Next, I have commanded that a building be rebuilt. That is a bare space. Now we need to fill it with something. Blacksmiths, weavers, woodworkers, even brewers. The more we have, the more money we can make, and the better equipment will be available. You can now direct us to rebuild the shops. How do I replace our lost shops? First, we need to turn supplies into equipment. Fortunately, this fort still controls some mines. Give the command, and I will turn our resources into a shop. The most urgent things to defend ourselves are a blacksmith and an apothecary. Miranda has made your fort's resources available to you. End the conversation to learn how to buy shops. Smithy and an apothecary. Okay. Place a shop, you first need to buy it. Yada, yada, yada. I remember this from the last one. Okay. So, buy buildings and shops. Smithy, apothecary. We still got weaving room, carpenter, barracks, mill, distillery, bakery. Guard tower. This is theft of resources. Upgrading the fort would be very nice. And then we have all the same decorative things. Oh, first I needed to actually buy them. Now I can actually place them. Now I actually have to ask her to place them. I have bought a smithy and an apothecary. Excellent. The final thing to do is say where they will be built. Then we will have made actual progress. So I have to place the shops. How does that work? Go to the building or stall you rebuilt. You can also place the shop in the northeast tower. Rebuild our smithy and our apothecary. How do I decide where to place the shop? You can only place shops on wooden floors. Also, each building only has room for 1 shop. You'll need to keep rebuilding to make more shops. Oh, wait. What can I place besides shops? You can make all sorts of decorative furniture. You can plant trees. If you are inclined, you can do a lot of decorating. Won't help in your battles, though. I'll get that done. Go to one of the buildings you can rebuild, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. We have stalls. I actually like the fact that they're stalls. It's going to make this a lot easier. Alright. Smithy. There. An apothecary. Here. Put the apothecary there. That works. Smithy 2 can go on the side here. There we go. Now let's go talk to her. You now have a smithy and an apothecary. Marvelous! Now we can build proper defenses against raiders. The humiliation they dealt us will not be repeated. Don't stop building, though. Each sort of shop will give you valuable advantages. When you reclaim our 6 lost forts in the other provinces, more shots will give you better equipment. Oh, and if you didn't already, speak to the alchemist and start getting potions. What else can I build? So many sorts of workshops. Woodworkers for better bows and shields. Weavers for better robes and cowls and bigger backpacks. Mills and breweries to earn money. There are many options to play with. How about a working portal? Actually, unlike in Sacramento, the portal here is fully functional. However, it only works when the Royal Palace activates the portal at their end. You're still at their mercy for when you can return to Haven. I will take the full resources of this fort available to you. All our raw materials can now be directed into making workshops and stores. Finally, I do have some exciting news. You can return to Haven now. Prince Sutter has returned. I can use the portal? I believe your older brother insists on it. He is by the portal right now, waiting for you. He says that you need to return to Haven and see the Queen immediately. Where's the portal? In one of the back halls among the storerooms to the north. Has my mother taken ill? I'm sure that the Queen is in good health, Prince Rupert. She will outlast us all. News of Queen Sharon's uneven health has spread throughout the Empire, but it is considered in very poor taste to mention it. Prince Sutter awaits you. I will not delay you. Thank you again for your help and good fortune. She clearly expects to not see you again anytime soon. First things first. Actually, first things first. I want to go get the things that I have upstairs so that I can sell the stuff that I do not need. Which includes this. Oh, I never gave you the bow. Hold on to the ceremonial blade, you never know. Alright. Let's go to the blacksmith and the other merchant. You visit the blacksmith. Here you can buy fine new weapons and armor. You can also turn excess equipment into gold. You can also install augments and runes into your weapons and armor. I want to improve my items. Teach me how. You can get augments and runes at your alchemist. Augments improve armor and protect you. Runes improve weapons and helmets and make you stronger in battle. I can attach that to an item for you. I can also remove augments and runes, though it costs money. Okay, and we've got Deadeye Rune. Well, go ahead, put that into the Iron Short Blade. And now I want to sell that. Yes, 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 and yes. And what do you have that we can buy? Arcane weapons do magical damage, but can only be used by characters who have trained in magic spells. Okay, so weapons, we've got daggers, swords, good swords, and spears. Arcane weapons, I am never going to end up using those. Armor. Okay, we've got some good armor. That's standard. That has basically mid-tier and gives stun resistance and speed penalty. And that's the best and has a big spell penalty. Helmets. We're gonna get better helmets eventually. Alchemist. The alchemist of your fort is waiting for you, surrounded by bubbling pots and bundles of dried herbs. If you want to change a potion stored in one of your flasks, your alchemist can do this. When you drink a potion during an adventure, it will be refilled when you return to one of your forts. Please make me a potion. Of course, Prince, we were able to craft a flask for you, suitable to carry enchanted fluid. If you must drink the potion, return the flask to one of your forts, and the Guild of Alchemists will refill it for you. As we rebuild our forts and we gain more resources, we can make more potions for you. You can get more potion flasks, but they can be hard to find. Some forts give them as mission rewards. Others are found in dungeons. We only have healing potion and weapon poison. Healing potion is the most important one. Make runes. Augments. Okay, that's all. Thank you. And for that... There we go. Oh yes, you have a healing ability. And with that, time for us to return to Haven for now. Prince Sutter is standing in front of the shimmering portal. He must have slipped into Fort Meadow 4 when you were occupied elsewhere. He looks exhausted and his normally flawless armor is scuffed. When he sees you, he says, "Oh, Rupert, come on. We must return to our mother's palace. She needs to know what has happened and we will need to get new orders." Then Sutter turns and steps into the portal. You stumble away from the portal, still a little dizzy. At the east door from the garden, your sister, Princess Delia, is waiting for you. It's been over a year since you've seen her. Only a year, but she looks older. Not a lot, but definitely worn around the edges. When you emerge from behind a tree, she shouts, "Rupert!" She runs up to you and flings her arms around you. Hug her back. You stand there for a moment. After all of your travels, wandering from land to land and accepting gifts, meeting officials, and being bored, it's very strange to be home again. It is good to be home, sister. And it is good to see you. You have no idea. With Sutter and you gone, I have been spending so much time managing Mother. I should have a feast for your return. A parade. Instead... She steps back and looks you up and down. You were attacked. Some vassals dared to try to kill you. You seem undamaged, though. Our attackers paid with their It was a minor attack, nothing of concern. Of course. Even if those thugs could handle you, there is no way they could defeat Sutter. We're more concerned about the insult and the message it sends. Mother is adamant on that point. Mother is still fretting about us, and everything else. She told me to send you to her the moment you arrived. Where is Mother? Ah, yes, that. Mother is in her chamber. She's in bed for a time, at the advice of the healers. There was It was called the event afterward. The event? What do you mean? The Queen was having a small audience in one of the side chambers. We have been doing much more of them lately. Visiting nobles and merchants, you know. She was sitting on her customary stool, upright as always, and she collapsed. She collapsed. What is wrong with her? You know, if I hadn't been there to see it, I never would have believed it. She swooned and fainted. Then things moved fast. We got her in bed. The healers gave her fluids, herbs, rest. The things they always do. So that is why Mother is in bed. Frightening, yes, but nothing to worry about. And how is the Empire of Haven? Fine. Or so I thought. The Queen thinks that things are falling apart and only consuming herself will save it. She works on that list day and night, coming up with things she must see done. Her only rest is the occasional break to meddle in my life. How are things in the palace? Delia tries to come up with a cheery lie, but she knows that she can't fool you. Grim, shadowy. Everyone knows about the Queen's collapse. Everyone. I have my ways to keep track of the palace rumors, and even I can't keep up with the tales people are spinning. I wish you could stay here for a while. It would do me so much good. No room on Mother's list for that, though. How are you doing? She rubs her eyes with her fingers. Mother gets worried. She calls for me. She comes up with 50 more orders. I don't know how a woman in her state can stay awake for so long and make so many demands, but she can. Is Mother still trying to get you married? At this point, that would come as a relief. Anything for variety, for a journey. But... we can discuss this later, I hope. Mother is still working on her list. It grows longer by the day. This land needs a new governor. This land needs a new governor. That noble needs to be sent a message. Some law needs to be modified. Each vassal is getting special attention, making sure it is prosperous, and more importantly, under control. Which brings us, alas, to the unavoidable business of the Rocage, and your mission there. I've seen very little of the Rocage. We hoped you would see little. Sutter and you were to have a brief break, do some hunting, go to Lescara, the one civilized city there. Gifts, speeches, get on a boat and go. And then those wild fools have to go and try to murder you, and now it's going to be a whole big process. Did Sutter arrive here safely? Oh yes, he's in the throne room. I'm sure he'll want to have words with you. He is far less angry than I thought he would be. Perhaps it's because he gets to move on, and you will be stuck in the Rokaj. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that yet. Mother wants a report. Oh, Mother has had all the reports she needs, though I know she wants to see you personally. She has made a decision about the Rokaj. You get to be the first one to hear it, a dubious honor. Your return has put her in good spirits. You achieved a victory in Sacramentum. It makes her expect a lot more from you. Anything else I should know before I talk with Mother? Delia looks down at the floor. She is still the queen. She still has very particular ideas about how things should be. Ask about what should be done. You should go see her. See what she has decided. Don't worry. I'll be sure to talk to you again before you go. Go? Go where? Oh, it's already been made clear where we're going to go. We're going to be dealing with the Rokaj again. This is the Great Celebration Hall of Haven. For centuries, glorious feasts have been held here. Treaties were signed, wars were planned. You and Delia ran foot races around the tables. Royalty sat at the center table, while people of lesser importance were seated farther from the core. Now the hall is empty and full of shadows. There's dust, even the occasional cobweb. You have never seen it like this before. It's eerie and unsettling. Hasn't been much going on here, I guess. And it's a big room. Oh. Fine wine. Well, got some more coin out of that. Nope, that room won't open. This one will. That one will not. You return to the throne room of Sharon's palace, the heart of the Empire of Haven. From here, Queen Sharon III says the words that will move the world. This is where she told you that you had to go to Sacramentum. This is where she sent Sutter and you to do diplomacy everywhere. And now the hall is mostly empty. The royal guard is here as always, but the queen is gone. The chamber is eerily quiet. There is one familiar face, though. Prince Sutter arrived ahead of you. He is in the middle of the hall, looking down at your mother's humble throne. Sutter stands in the middle of the royal throne room of Haven. Apart from the few guards, nobody else is here. This is the first time you have been here in almost 2 years, and everything looks a little dirty and neglected. There's a little bit of dust on Queen Sharon's humble throne. Who allowed that to happen? When you approach, Sutter sadly looks down at your mother's throne. You can remember sitting and playing next to it when you were small. Hello, Rupert. Welcome back. Thinking about what it'll be like when you're king? Not really. I don't want to think about that. So many nobles dream of wearing the crown. They have no idea how it wears you down. I see you made it back safely. Yes, made it back from a disaster. The Rokaj was supposed to be a brief, triumphant visit. Hunt, rest, make a speech, get some gifts. Instead, they attacked us. The Ro! Who else in our empire would be foolish enough to dare such an insult? The Rokaj contacted me directly. One of their shades came to challenge me. The Crown Prince grimaces. Yes. While I chased peasants and mindless beasts back and forth across the hills, the real knowledge was sent to you. At least someone remembered to pass their challenge along to me eventually. We survived. Of course we did. I don't think all the forces in that entire miserable country could overwhelm the power of the protections the Queen's wizards placed on us. Even then, you acted quickly and competently. So now we are back. For a moment. I am to return to dealing with Mother's list. Mother's list? Her list of tasks, things undone. That is why she has been sending us to every vassal in the Empire, learning what was wrong, pacifying the locals, evaluating the governors, putting the fear of the Queen in the lazy and treacherous. Ever since she grew ill, she's been making her list. All of her wishes on one ever-lengthening scroll. Since she collapsed during that meeting, she's been using her rest time to make it even longer. What exactly is wrong with Mother? She is getting old. She wants to push herself as hard as she did when she was young, and her body won't take it. She doesn't sleep. She gets angry. She faints. She just needs to rest more and trust her underlings, and everything will be fine. You seem very calm about this. Keeping calm is our job, Rupert. A Havenite is under control even when the ceiling is caving in. Or when a wild and unruly vassal decides to go mad and challenge our control. We should both remember that. When we go. Where will we be going? It's not my place to say. He points to the southeast. You must see the Queen. She is resting in her chambers. At least I hope she is resting. She very much wants to see you. She is very, very angry at the Rokaj for attacking us. I believe you are to play the part in her response. If Mother wants me in the row, that is where I will go. If Mother wants you there, that is where you have to go. Still, your high morale is appreciated. I only wonder... Never mind. Go see Mother. She has orders. She always does. I'll be here to talk to you before you go. Sutter is saying that you are leaving too. Worrying. Why is that worrying? It's clear that she wants us to go back to the row. This is the dueling hall. In a simpler time, many political disputes in Haven were settled with duels. Sometimes fatal ones. This practice was mostly abandoned long ago, but the hall is still here. It is where Sutter and you acquired your weapons training, and where Sutter practiced on you endlessly. An iron short blade and a crude bow. Okay. Oh, that's just a hallway. Interesting that that one won't open. This is Princess Delia's bedroom. When you were small, you could always take refuge here. When she got older, she insisted that this be the one place where she could always be left alone. Now you suspect she can't be left alone anywhere. Rare dyes and paper. This is your bedroom. It has been since you were a small child. Looking at it, you find yourself torn. It seems very small now, and yet you have a powerful urge to get into bed and not get out again for a good long time. Another healing potion. I'll give that to another companion. And some fine wine. You enter the hall outside your mother's bedroom. The last time you were here, it was full of petitioners. People would travel here from all over the Empire and wait for days or months to get a moment of Queen Sharon III's precious time. Now the hall is full of healers. They're everywhere, cleaning linens, working on potions and ointments, applying all their skill and knowledge to the puzzle of the Queen's health. You find yourself invisible. None of them talk to you. One of them points wordlessly at the west door. The rest continue their work. There's an urgent energy in the room. This is the Prince Sutter's bedroom. You're always sneaking in here to steal your older brother's things. This always resulted in a good beating in the dueling hall, but you never stopped. You're powerfully tempted to poke around again for old time's sake. Ah, a chest. Another ceremonial blade and fine wine. At last, you reach the sleeping chambers of Queen Sharon III, absolute ruler of the mighty Empire of Haven, guardian of the multitudes all over the known world. And your mother. Like the outer chamber, it has been completely transformed since last you saw it. The healers have taken it over. The smell of medicinal concoctions is overpowering. In the center of the west wall is your mother's massive bed, and lying in it, propped up by a mountain of pillars, you see the Queen. For the first time in your life, she looks sort of small. She waves you forward. All right. At last, you find your mother in her quarters. She is propped up by a mountain of pillars and fussed over by a small army of healers and sages. She has a pen in her hand and a scroll draped across her lap. She's writing on it when you approach. The Queen waves the healers out of the room. When you are alone, she looks up at you and smiles. Then, oddly, she reaches out to embrace you. You bend over for a brief, awkward hug. When you are upright again, the smile fades, and she returns to being the stern, absolute ruler of a mighty empire. So, my child, you have returned. I should be greeting you in the throne room, but alas, I am struck by a temporary illness. Come, sit by me. Inspector. She is pale, thin. She seems weak. She looks far worse than she did when you left with Sutter last year, and she was looking worn then. Knowing your mother, she will not appreciate your mentioning it. Sit by her. You sit on the bed. Even lying down, Queen Sharon III of Haven radiates power. She can still send out armies with a wave of a hand. The smell of medicinal herbs in the air makes you feel faint. You have done well with Sutter over the last year, but that was easy work. You are a Prince of Haven. Your lessons must continue. What sort of lessons? You have been learning about our empire, our many vassals, how to pacify them, make them feel valuable. It helps them keep from rebelling. However, you have all been lucky enough to grow up in a time of peace, prosperity. I thought that would suffice, but then the Rocage, your father's land, it attacked us, and now you must learn other lessons. What do I need to learn about now? Power, justice, punishment. You will see how we deal with those who resist us. You achieved a victory in Sacramentum. We are encouraged. We hope to see more successes in the future. She runs her fingers over the scroll in her lap, covered with uneven handwriting. This is a list of all we have neglected, all we must do. The Rocage is on it now. Ah, yes, the dreaded list. The Queen looks down at the scroll with a crooked smile. My other children also dread the list, but they know it is necessary. They know that I have left much unfinished business in my time as Queen, like the Rocage. Unfinished business in the Rocage. The Rocage, my beloved Ro. Perhaps I should have paid more attention to it. It was so painful after your father died, but this... As she speaks, she grows angrier. Her capacity for rage even now is great. They attacked Sutter and you, the greatest of crimes that demands a careful, lethal response. I wanted you to visit the Ro to learn about it. Now you will learn far more than you wanted. Our neglect of them will end. My father was from there. He was. Consort Darmal, a young warlord of the hills of the Low Darga. You will see them soon. He left his wild land to serve in the halls of power. Then he died, too young. There is cold fury in her eyes. The blood of the Rocage flows in your veins. They will try to make you think you don't belong there, but you do. Why are you so fond of that land? Because that was where I met your father. I was entranced by the wildness of the place. I was young and foolish, perhaps. I did not look hard enough to see their flaws. Still, their mountains are beautiful and the people are brave. You will see. They have been neglected. I neglected the Rocage, I confess it. Things were quiet there, so I thought things were well. A mistake many empires have made in that land. Enough of it. They have cried out for attention. They will get it, though they may not. She stops speaking. She stares off into space. Mother? You stand there helplessly, not sure if you should call for the healers. Then your mother returns to herself, not seeming to notice that anything is amiss. She doesn't look angry anymore. She reaches out and takes your hand. More attention. Yes. What is wrong? Nothing is wrong. I don't know what you mean. You have an unpleasant suspicion that she is telling the truth. What should be done about the Rocage? We need to learn what is happening there. Only then can we act efficiently. Rupert, I am giving you a great honor. You will carry out to the Rocage a full diplomatic mission. A full diplomatic mission? What does that mean? You will return to the Rocage and show them the eye of Haven is fully upon them. You will meet with our 3 governors there and decide if they are fit for their job. You will meet with their 4 Rasas, their 4 kings, and hear and answer their petitions. Once this is done, we will know much. Then others can act. And I am doing this. She lets go of your hand. Who else? This job requires someone of great authority, and only you are available. Happily, you will have help. General Miranda will stay in the Rocage to guide you and give you your orders. As she speaks, her voice grows slower and more slurred. She is getting tired. Use the portal to return to the Rocage. General Miranda is still in Fort Meadow 4. Speak with her. She will provide everything you need. When I returned from Sacramentum, I was allowed to request a reward. Oh, yes. I think I remember. What did you ask for? You wanted to serve Haven, a worthy goal. Now you have the chance. I wish to learn more about the Rokaj. I am glad to hear it, and you will learn more than you wanted to know, I expect. Leave me, child. Use the portal. Speak with General Miranda. All will be well, I am sure. It is time to go. She leans back and closes her eyes. The healers return. The audience is over. The Queen liked your response, and she will remember it. People will pay close attention to what you say, and it will affect how the story progresses and ends. When you aren't sure what to say, be honest. The Queen waves you away. I'm sorry, my child. I need my rest, and you have work to do. You'll be back soon. We can talk more then. Very well. We'll head to the portal and then end it. Prince Sutter is, as promised, waiting for you in the throne room. He takes a good look at your face and, unsurprisingly, reads your expression correctly. So, brother, I assume a nice leisurely stay back in the comforts of Sharon's palace is not likely. I need to give the Rokaj a proper diplomatic visit. It is the natural first choice. Makes them feel valued. Lets us buy time to gather information. Some good government might even come out of it. That miserable land could certainly use it. Don't worry. When you go, you will have all the support we can give. And you aren't going with me? Of course not. This is a routine job in a minor vassal state. I mean, sure, there is a secret conspiracy there to kill you, but I don't think that's a big worry. Evaluate the 3 governors. Here are petitions from 4 Rosses. Nothing that needs me. Then you can come home with 1 item checked off of Mother's list. Why is Mother making that list? She is a true leader of Haven. She is determined to do as much good as she can. We should admire her for it, even when it is difficult. Mother should let us rest. This is not the time for whining. Rest will come. For now we must work. Haven needs us. She is the queen. We have to obey. Yes. Good. Accept that. Once you truly believe it, the endless days come easier. Keep your chin up. This is not a terrible mission. Walking, talking, home. It'll be over before you know it. I could use some advice. Rupert, this mission must have you spooked, asking for my advice. Times must be unsettled indeed. Anyway, my advice. Get this done quickly and get out. General Miranda will tell you what to do. Follow her advice and give her the answers she needs. And get out. Don't let the road drag you down. What is wrong with Mother? Nothing. Nothing serious. Understand? If someone asks, she is well. It's for the best. Nobody wants to think about Haven with her gone. When you will be king. Yes. Nobody wants it, but that is true. We have talked enough. The situation is urgent. You must use the portal now. I will do my duty to Haven. I'm returning to the Rokaj now. Does me a lot of good to hear you say that. When we are lost in the fog, our duty shall guide us. Today, I truly see you are my brother. Good luck, Rupert. Good luck to us all. And now, my sister. At last you have returned to the portal. Your mother sending you back through it is kind of predictable, really. As when you went to Sacramentum, Princess Delia is waiting to send you off. She is as teary and emotional as she was the first time. Oh, brother, I just heard that Mother is sending you back to the Rokaj. Actually, you suspect that she helped plan this move days ago. Before you can ponder it, she runs up and flings her arms around you. Hug her back. Sometimes your sister's talent for diplomatic scheming worries you. At least you're confident her hugs are genuine. Eventually, she releases you. She holds onto your hands, though. There's clearly something she wants to discuss. I have seen Mother. Of course. You know the truth. She is unwell, but only temporarily. Soon she will be back in the throne room, and Haven can rely on her absolutely. So we are to lie to outsiders. Of course we lie to outsiders. That is all right. After all, they are outsiders. But you aren't lying. Mother is entirely well. Enough of this topic. What did she say to you? And we are trying to heal her. We are succeeding in healing her, which is easy because she is not seriously ill, which is what you will tell anyone who asks. We need to look strong now, Rupert. Enough of this topic. What else did she say to you? I have a mission in the Rokaj. Ah, yes, I know. A simple diplomatic mission. Hopefully you can do it quick and get out. It is important for you to be seen. Important to show authority, and important for us to get you safely home. You will not be alone. You will have the General and the Mirrors. The General and the Mirrors. General Miranda in Fort Meadow 4 will be your guide. Consult with her often. Also, each of Haven's forts has a mirror. Walk up to it and we can talk to you. We will be looking out for you and we may have valuable things to say. When you return to Haven's forts, don't forget to check the mirrors. I'm no diplomat. You are now. Mother said so. Fortunately, we will make sure you do not suffer alone. You'll do great. Why is the problem with the Rokaj being addressed by me? Because Mother loves that miserable place in her way. Only a prince will do. She doesn't want a war with them. It would hurt her greatly. But let's be clear. They tried to kill you. If a war is necessary, Mother will not hesitate. So let's try to prevent that. Thoreau tried to kill me. And thus only you can deal with them. Don't worry, you will be fully protected. However, we have to show that they haven't frightened us. They tried to be rid of you? Well, then they get a lot of you. That'll show them. Do you have any advice for me? Nothing you haven't been told before. Talk to General Miranda a lot. Use the mirrors in Haven's forts. Judge your governors. Hear the petitions of the Rossas, their arrogant little kings. Then come home. I miss you. She takes a step back. And it is time. Time? She looks at the portal. Your departure is hard, but it is ordered and necessary. Let's get it over with quickly. It is necessary, so I will do it. Yes. Take comfort in the fact that it is necessary, noble work. There is a whole nation of vassals that stands on the edge of war and destruction. I need you, but they need you too. Use the portal. Do your work, then come home. She gives you one final embrace and heroically manages to delay her tears. Goodbye, Rupert. Good luck. So that is our task. And we'll do that in the next episode, because this one's gone on long enough. Longer than I intended. I'm going to end this episode here, and while I intended a longer stream, I'm going to have to cut it shorter than I intended for technical reasons and other reasons. So I'm going to end this all here. Next episode, we return to the Rokaj and deal with the areas. We're definitely going to first spend time clearing out the Gentle Coast and everything that needs to be done there. And then later on, we'll move on and see these other 3 areas. Probably going to need a lot of iron, so Kronos Woods might be first, then Lodaga, and then High Litha. I feel like that's the order I'm probably going to be going in. But anyway, that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chester44, also known as Phalai. That is Rupert. This has been a Let's Play of Queen's Wish 2, The Tormentor. And I shall see you all next time.